Here's everything that you need to know about Airbnb co-hosting. In this video, I'm going to break down exactly how you can start an Airbnb business with $0 out of pocket, even if you have zero experience. Let's jump right in. First of all, what is Airbnb co-hosting? Co-hosting is the process where you manage other people's Airbnbs and you generate a percentage of all of the revenue that comes in. For example, let's say your friend John buys a property and you start managing the property for John because John is busy. He's got a family, businesses, careers, and whatnot. He doesn't have the time to be hands-on and operating this Airbnb business. Now, you, on the other hand, this is what you do, right? You manage short-term rentals for busy professionals like John. And in exchange, you are compensated through a revenue share agreement. For example, let's say you start managing the property and the property started to make $5,000 per month in total gross revenue. And let's say that the revenue share agreement is an 80-20. That means that you as the co-host make 20% of every dollar that comes in. If the property generates $5,000 a month, 20% of that is $1,000 a month. Now, my question to you is, how would you feel about making an additional $1,000 a month of passive revenue, passive income with no money out of pocket? Think about this. John is the one who owns the property. He put the down payment, the closing costs. He paid for all the furniture, the appliances, the decor, supplies, photography, the initial deep cleaning. You are going to be managing the property. So you have no expenses out of pocket, yet in the very first month or by the second month, you start generating $1,000 a month. How many of those would you need to replace your 9 to 5? Let me know in the comments down below. Now, let's say the property made $10,000 a month. Well, 20% of 10,000 is now $2,000. So again, depending on the area and what the potential is in revenue, you could make anywhere from, call it $800 a month up to $3,000 a month. One of my students, for example, he manages a multi-million-dollar property near Universal Studios Hollywood, and he makes a couple $1,000s a month from co-hosting because this property makes anywhere from $20,000 to $40,000 a month. So that's exactly how the co-hosting works. So let's talk about the responsibilities of a co-host. Typically, you are going to oversee the cleaning, the maintenance, and the communications. The communications you can do from your phone, no matter where you are in the world. As long as you have your phone and the internet, you can connect and be in communication with your Airbnb guest. And that, again, is completely virtual. The two people that do have to be physically present for their job at the property is whoever is doing the cleaning, whoever is doing the maintenance from time to time. The person who will be there most often is the cleaner. They're going to do anywhere from 2 to 10 cleanings per month. So as long as you've got a great cleaner, a couple handymen on call for whenever there's maintenance, repairs, or any types of leaks, they can handle that. But again, you doing the communications, you can do your job from wherever you are in the world at any given time. And those are the three operations: cleaning, maintenance, and communications. Now let's talk about compensation structures. Typically, you're going to be making anywhere from 15 to 20% of the total gross revenue. Ideally, you want to work your way up to 20%. At the beginning, you can totally do 10% or 15% or even a flat fee just to get your feet wet, just to get some experience and start building your track record and growing your expertise. And over time, again, you can start increasing what that compensation percentage looks like. Now, you do want to have all of this in writing. So let's talk a little bit about the contract. You want to make sure in every contract, right, it should state who this contract is between you, the co-host, and the owner. Make sure you put a start date. And is this going to be a month to month? Is it going to be a 12-month agreement? Typically, my students and I do a 6-month agreement, and then it goes month to month after that. You want to make sure you include the compensation structure, the revenue share agreement, that you as the co-host will be compensated 20% of the total gross revenue each and every single month. 20% goes to you, 80% goes to the owner. Now, I want to give you some tips on how to make sure that you generate more revenue than the competitors in the area. Now, at the beginning, if you are managing a brand new Airbnb, then it's not going to have any reviews or any type of social proof. And we are living in the social proof economy, right? If 100 people gave this other property 5 stars, it's likely people will want to stay there versus your property that is brand brand new and has no stars. Now, keep in mind, this property has 105-star reviews. At one point, they also had no reviews. Now, how do you compete with a property? Well, you compete on price and on offering a better experience. But let's say both properties are identical. It's likely people will want to stay at their property. Let's say they're charging $500. Ideally, at least until you get your first 5-star reviews, you want to charge anywhere from 10 to 20% lower than your competition. This way, guests who are looking at staying in the property have an incentive to stay with you rather than with them. So again, I would price it at $400 to $450 per night. And as you start building your reviews and your credibility as a host, then you can start increasing the price. And this way you can compete with other properties that are already doing well in the area. The next thing is, how do you want to run your business? Do you want to get paid under your personal name? Should you start an LLC or a corporation? Again, I am not a CPA or an attorney, but I have been an entrepreneur now for approaching 20 years pretty soon. My suggestion based on my experience, or what I would do, right, if I was starting all over again, is I would start a brand new LLC to be able to run my co-hosting business. This way I have some asset protection and I can keep my income and expenses, my personal side, separate from my co-hosting business. At the end of the year, when it's time to do your taxes, your CPA, your bookkeeper will be very happy that you kept everything separate and kept your books clean. So again, setting up an LLC to separate your personal expenses from your business activities would be a great idea. With that being said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Remember to follow me on Instagram, where I post content every single day. If you guys have any questions, please let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.